Hey folks, this is After the Whistle, our playoff forecast. We're going to take a look real quick at D1. Things have changed a little bit since last week. We've got the bracket now as it would be if the playoffs started tomorrow. This is the way things would look. Number 8 East Side would go to number 1 Honaker. Chilhowie goes from an 8 to a 6 seed from last week, so you see that they have moved despite their loss. And Grundy gets bumped with their loss to Marion. The East Side is now in with a win against Tom Walker. Next, we've got these two teams basically just switch spots. Rural Retreat and Patrick Henry. Rural Retreat is now the 4 and PH is now the 5. So right now, if the playoffs started tomorrow, PH would have to travel instead of it being the other way around. So a little bit of changes from last week. Next, this one hasn't changed. We've still got number 7 Holston traveling to number 2 Ryco. And next we've got Grundy, is out with the loss. And Grundy is now on the outside looking in. Chilhowie moves into that 6th spot. So right now it'd be Chilhowie traveling to number 3 Twin Springs. All right, so that's Division 1D. So let's take a look at 2 real quick. All right, in 2, we do have some changes as well, as you'll notice on the bracket. We've got now number 8 is Virginia High at number 1 Union. Last week Lebanon was in this 8 spot, and they are now out. Virginia High was at 7, and they slid to the 8th spot. Now we've also got number 5 Gate City at Ridgeview. Last week, Ridgeview was at number 3, and with their loss to Abingdon, they have now slid down to the 4th spot. Gate City stays exactly where they was at last week, still traveling. Moving on down the bracket, we now have number 7 Marion at number 2 Graham, and last week Virginia High was at this 7th spot. But Marion now moves in with their win against Grundy. They picked up some points there. And Virginia High now drops back down to the 8th spot. And in our final game, we've got number 6 Lee at number 3 Tazewell. Ridgeview was at that 3 spot, but Tazewell has now moved up with their win. They got a big showdown coming up Friday night. On the outside looking in now is Lebanon, who was in last week, but they're now back out. Lebanon, John Battle, Wise, and Richlands in that order looking in. So that's our playoff forecast for this week. We'll update any changes and share them with you next week.